Hello and welcome to On the Mat with Lydia. That's me. And whatever has brought you to your yoga practice today, you are very welcome here. Today's class is yoga to go with the flow. So this is a flow style yoga class, which means we're going to be going from one pose into the next, moving with the breath. And really the intention of this class is to help you get out of your head, out of your thoughts, and into your body. So we're going to do that by doing a set sequence of poses, a flow. We're going to start nice and slow, and then we're going to speed it up, one breath, one movement. And hopefully this helps you kind of get out of your thoughts and really just enjoy the practice in your body. So whenever you're ready, let's get on the mat. Let's start off today in a comfortable seated position. So please make your way to that comfy seat, lifting your spine up tall as you relax your arms, and then either closing your eyes if that feels safe and comfortable for you, or perhaps today keeping your eyes open, finding a nice soft gaze towards the floor in front of you. Using this time as a transition point from your day so far into this time on your yoga mat. This time where you can really be with your breath, feel into your body, and really just be with you. This is your time to take care of yourself, to nourish yourself. And today, this is your time to really go with the flow, to get out of your mind and into your body, and kind of surrender to whatever this yoga practice, whatever this flow might have to offer you. So let's allow ourselves a few more rounds of breath here in stillness to really arrive, to settle in. And all together, let's take an inhale through the nose. Open your mouth, let it out. Beautiful. If your eyes are closed, please flutter them open. And if you're not already there, please cross your legs in your seated position. Hands will come onto the knees or thighs as you take an inhale to roll your shoulders back, bring your chest forward. And with your exhale, begin to round your spine, tuck your chin towards your chest. Again, with your inhale, lifting your heart, maybe lifting your gaze this time. And as you exhale, rounding back, tucking the chin. 3 more times, inhaling, lifting your heart into your cow pose. And exhaling to round back into your cat. Following your breath, inhale. And exhale. Last one, warming up the spine as you inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, round your spine. This time as you inhale, come back through center, reach your arms out and up. With your exhale, circle your arms back behind you, fingertips find the earth. Rolling the shoulders back, take an inhale, big lift to the heart. As you exhale, bring your arms all the way forward, plant your palms, and let's rock over onto hands and knees. Finding your tabletop position here, take a moment to plant the palms, root down through the shins, and finding that nice flat back here, lengthening from head to tail. Now with your inhale, send your right leg back behind you, hovering your foot over the mat. As you exhale, think about squaring off your hips, right hip in line with the left. Another inhale here to kick back through that right heel. As you exhale, draw that right knee in towards your nose, curl and lift the navel. Then again, inhale, reach your right leg back. Exhale, curl it in. Just one more, inhale, reach your right leg back. Exhale, curl in, knee to nose. And this time, inhale, reach your right leg back. As you exhale, lightly land your toes, keeping that right leg long. Now really push through your palms as you inhale and lift that left knee to your chest. Exhale, send the hips back, reach the left leg up, three-legged dog. Bend your left knee, draw your heel towards your right glute. And let's start to make some circles through that left hip. So making this movement as big or as small as you need it to be. Noticing how you're feeling in that left hip here. And let's take another inhale in our three-legged dog. As you exhale, draw that left knee forward, step your left foot all the way up in between your hands. You got it. Gently lower your back knee down to a low lunge, squaring off your hips and shoulders. And with an inhale, rising your arms. Feel this opposition here as your hips drop down, your heart lifts up. Let's take another inhale in our lunge. As you exhale, both hands come to the inside edge of your left foot. Sliding that left knee back to meet your right, bring your big toes together and slowly sit your hips all the way back to your heels, melting back into a child's pose. Just passing through for now as we take an inhale here and exhale. As you inhale, rise back up towards your tabletop position. Once again, stacking your joints, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. This time with your inhale, reaching your left leg back behind you. Find your balance. As you exhale, lifting your belly button towards your spine. You got it. Take an inhale here. Find that length. As you exhale, draw the left knee in, round your spine, little crunch. Inhale, reach it back, find length. And exhale, curl it in. One more like that. Inhale, reach it back. And exhale, curl it in. This time as you inhale, reach your left leg back, find that length. Use your exhale to lower your toes down onto the mat. Push away from the earth as you inhale, lift that right knee to your chest. Exhale, send the hips back, lengthen through that right leg as you find three-legged dog. Beautiful, bending into that right knee now. Let's start to circle through that right hip. As you move here, noticing if this side feels any different than the left hip. More than likely it does. And let's take another inhale here. As you exhale, draw that right knee forward to your nose and step that right foot in between your hands. Back knee gently lowers down into that low lunge shape. Take a moment to root down through that right foot, through the left shin. Then with an inhale, rise up. Beautiful. Find your breath here. Inhaling down into the belly. And exhaling up and out through the nose. You got it. Let's take another inhale here. As you exhale, both hands come down to the inside of your right foot. So you can slide your right knee back to meet your left. Bring your big toes together to kiss. And sit back into your child's pose once again. Melting the upper body down. Taking a breath in and breath out. With your next inhale, rising up through hands and knees, tuck your toes behind you. As you exhale, send your hips up and back. Find your downward facing dog. If it feels good, take a little movement here, maybe pedaling the heels, wiggling your hips. And then center yourself on your feet here, plugging into the mat through the hands and feet. Lifting your hips high as you take an inhale here. And exhale. Weight shifts to the left leg. As you inhale, sweep your right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your knee, open your hip, drawing right heel to left glute. Let's take an inhale here. As you exhale, bring your weight forward, step that right foot in between your hands. Nice back knee lowers down, setting up for that low lunge shape. Take an inhale to rise your arms. So as we find this shape for the second time, maybe feeling a little bit more that stretch into the hips, that rooting down through the feet. And really, as we go with the flow in this practice, the aim is to do the poses kind of repetitively so that you can get out of your head and just feel into these shapes because they feel really, really sweet. So let's take another inhale here. As you exhale, start to drop your hands down. As you do, shift your hips back and let's straighten through that right leg. So as you send the hips back, feeling that stretch through the back of the leg, and then you get to choose how much you want to fold forward, how much you want to feel this stretch today. So the more lifted your chest, the less intense. The more you fold, the more intense it's going to be. So let's hang out for a few breaths here. Taking this sequence nice and slow this first time around. The next time we do it, we'll do it a little bit more quickly with the breath. For now, let's take another inhale here. And exhale. As you inhale, please rebend that front knee, come forward towards your lunge. This time we're going to tuck the back toes, lift that back knee. Then dropping your inner left heel down, let's set up for warrior two, rooting through the feet, bending into that front knee. Then with an inhale, slide up into your warrior two, opening the arms, opening the hips. Gorgeous. Take a moment here to settle in. If you need to widen or shorten your stance, this is a good time to do so. Really exploring where your body wants to land here today. Following the sensation rather than following where you think you should be in these poses. And as you settle into stillness, let's take a breath in here and breath out. Nice, another inhale in your warrior two. As you exhale, bring that right arm forward to your right thigh, left arm sweeps overhead, and let's open into our side angle. So turning your chest open towards that long edge of your mat, all the while the lower body has not changed. We're still in that strong warrior two stance. Breathing into this side angle pose, notice where you feel the effort, the strength of your body, and where you can let that go a little bit, maybe in the fingers and the toes and the face. Let's take another inhale right here. And exhale completely. Now as you inhale, lift up just about halfway so you can start to straighten through that right leg. Then as you exhale, slide back down, this time into your triangle pose. Arms open nice and wide, feeling that sweet stretch through the spine and the hips. Now we're not looking to go super deep into this pose. Doesn't matter if you're touching the floor. Instead, we're looking for this lift, this length through the sides of your waist. Notice how it feels to bring in a little bit more of that lightness. And let's take another inhale here. Please stay for your exhale. Now take your gaze down towards your right foot. That right hand is going to reach for the pinky toe edge of your mat. Left hand is going to come down to your left hip. Keep gazing forward as you inhale, shift your weight to your right leg. Let that left leg lift off the mat. Coming into your half moon balance pose here. So we're basically doing that same shape as our triangle, hips open, heart open, but now we're doing it balancing on one foot, because why not? So start to find your balance here. It's okay if you wobble, it's okay if you fall. Let's hold here for another breath in. And breath out. Now we have another inhale here in our half moon. As you exhale, begin to turn your chest and shoulders down towards the mat, bringing the left hand down. Lift that left leg a little bit higher as you fold over your right leg into standing splits. So now everything is squared off facing the mat. Keeping those hips square even if the left leg isn't flying up into the air. That's a-okay. Keeping that balance. Let's take another inhale here. You got this. As you exhale, bend your right knee, lightly land your left toes way at the back of your mat, and you're back in your runner's lunge. Beautiful. Planting through that left hand. Take an inhale. Sweep your right arm open to a twist. Stay here for your exhale. Even the option to drop the back knee if you prefer, taking another inhale here. Exhale, lightly release that twist. Right hand comes down. And let's step it back into our downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take a breath in here. And breath out. Taking this moment of pause to notice how you feel in your body after doing that sequence on one side. And let's even that out here. So nice and slow again through this sequence. Take an inhale, sweep your left leg up and back behind you. Exhale, bend your knee, open your hip, left heel towards right glute. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, bring that left knee forward towards your nose and step your foot in between your hands. Back knee gently lowers to the mat for your low lunge. Take an inhale to rise your arms as you're ready. So we know that the hips are staying rooted. We have this strength in the lower body. Now let's enjoy some lightness in the upper body. Lifting your rib cage up off of your hips, finding that nice tall spine. And let's take a breath in right here. As you breathe out, hands float down, hips move back. Let's start to straighten through that left leg. So again, looking for that stretch through the back of the leg here. You choose your own adventure. How much do you want to feel that stretch? Less sensation, chest is lifted. More sensation, leaning over the thigh. Breathe into this and notice. Become aware of how you're feeling there in the left hamstring. And let's stay for just a couple more rounds of breath with this one. So one of the beautiful things about these flow style yoga classes is that we really get some insight into where we tend to flow quite easily and where we tend to resist. And sometimes that resistance is in the body, but often it's in the mind. So notice as we continue to go, as we continue to flow, where might that resistance be popping up for you? With your next inhale, rebend your front knee, come back towards your lunge. This time, let's tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. And then dropping your right heel down, let's set up for warrior two. Set up the feet, get strong in the legs. Then use your inhale to rise up and find that warrior two shape. First few breaths, yours to readjust, move around as needed to find your warrior two on this side. And then as best you can, settle into stillness. Let's take a full breath in and let it out. Inhaling here, warrior two. As you exhale, bring that left arm forward to your left thigh. Right arm reaches overhead, opening up into your side angle pose. Really anchoring down through that right foot, reaching out through the right fingertips. Feeling not only that length, but also this lift of the heart. There's still some lightness here. Let's hold and breathe. You got this. Let's take another inhale here. And exhale. Now inhale, little lift, just enough to straighten that left leg. As you exhale, slide back down, opening into your triangle pose. Hips moving back as your spine lengthens forward. All the while that lower body is still supporting you, rooting through those feet, nice and strong through the hips. Really getting to know this pose in your body. Noticing how open you get to feel in this shape. Let's stay for another breath in and breath out. Beautiful. Now taking your gaze down towards your left foot. Left hand reaches towards that pinky toe edge. Right hand relaxes down to your right hip for now as you start to shift more weight into that front foot. Now with an inhale, lift your right leg to hover off the mat, keeping the body open as best you can as you find your half moon balance. This is a great place to use a block or a prop underneath that left hand if you have that accessible to you, just to help lift the earth up to you a little bit more, help you find that balance. Now remember, it's okay if there's some wobbling, some trembling, even if you fall out of the pose, that is all part of the yoga flow. Let's take another inhale here. Now as you exhale, begin to drop that right hand, right hip, squaring off towards the mat, lifting the right leg higher as you fold over the left thigh, finding standing splits. Beautiful. Keep breathing with the shape here. We've got one more inhale. And stay for your exhale. Awesome. Inhale in your standing splits. Exhale to bend that left knee, reach the right foot back, and land it down into your lunge. Right hand plants. Take your next inhale to sweep your left arm open and find your twist. Shoulder blades hugging together. Right hand pushing up away from the floor. Let's take another inhale here. As you exhale, release, bring that left hand down, and let's step it back to our downward facing dog. Breath in here, and breath out. 2 more rounds of breath here, 2 transitions to give you a little pause. We're going to do that same sequence, but now we're going to speed it up a little bit more. 1 breath, 1 movement, so you can really drop into the flow of it a little bit more. So you know what to do. You've already done it in your body, and I'm going to be here with you every step of the way. See if you can let yourself, even if just for a moment, really drop into your body and just feel the flow without even necessarily thinking about it. So from your downward facing dog, when you're ready, take an inhale, sweep your right leg up and back. Exhale, bend your knee, open your hip. Inhale here. Exhale, bring that right foot forward, step it in between your hands. Back knee lowers down as you inhale, rise up to your low lunge. Exhale, hands come down, hips move back, hamstring stretch. Beautiful. Inhale, rocking forward, lifting your back knee. Exhale, drop your back heel down, set up for warrior 2. Inhale, rise up, find that warrior 2 shape. Exhale, bring it forward to side angle, right arm to right thigh. Inhale, little lift, start to straighten the right leg. Exhale, slide that right hand down, find your triangle pose. Now inhale, look towards that pinky toe, start to reach that right hand. Exhale, left hand to hip, start to shift some weight, you got it. Inhale to your half moon, floating that left leg up. Stay here for your exhale, opening the heart and hips. Another inhale here to balance. As you exhale, begin that transition to your standing split, squaring off, keeping the left leg lifted as you fold. You got it. Inhale here. Stay for the exhale. Last inhale in your balance. Exhale, lightly land that left foot. You're in your lunge. Inhale, sweep that right arm open, find your twist. Exhale, release, right hand comes back down and step it back into your downward facing dog. One breath, inhale and exhale. Right onto that next side. Inhale, left leg sweeps back. Exhale, bend your knee, open your hip. Inhale here. Exhale, knee to nose, step your left foot up and lower your right knee down. Inhale for your low lunge, rising your arms. Exhale, hands down, hips back. Find that hamstring stretch. Inhale forward to a lunge, this time lifting your back knee. Exhale, back heel comes down, setting up for warrior two. Inhale, open up, rising to that warrior two. Exhale to side angle, left arm to left thigh. Inhale, little lift, keep the heart open. Exhale, slide down into your triangle pose. Inhale, look to your pinky toe, start to reach that left hand. Exhale, right hand to hip as you shift your weight. Inhale, float your right leg up, half moon balance, you got this. Stay for your exhale. We have another inhale right here. Exhale, drop that right hand, right hip, squaring off to your standing splits. Hold the balance as you inhale and exhale. One more inhale here, lifting that right leg. Exhale, reach it back, lightly land the right toes. You're in your lunge. Inhale, sweeps that left arm open to your twist. Exhale, hand comes down, step it back, lifting your hips into your downward facing dog. You got it. Take an inhale here. And exhale. Now as you inhale, shift your weight forward into a plank, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, lower yourself all the way to your belly. Doesn't have to be graceful to get there. And as you arrive, let's stack one hand on top of the other, making a little pillow for you to rest your head on. Let the legs open out wide. Let your belly relax. And take a few breaths right here. Give yourself the opportunity to relax for a moment here after that flow. Maybe you can even feel your body kind of adjusting to what we just did, soaking in all that sweetness. And maybe notice your own mood, your own reaction to that movement. Notice if anything has shifted within you. And let's take another inhale right here. And exhale. As you're ready, lift your head away from your hands and slide your hands to either side of your rib cage. Legs will come in line with the hips, pushing the tops of your feet down into the floor. As you inhale, lift your head, chest, shoulders away from the mat. Find this baby cobra shape. Pushing your pelvis down, lengthening your tailbone towards your heels. As you take another inhale here. And exhale to gently release down. Take a breath in. And breath out. Now this time as you inhale, begin to lift your feet, your thighs away from the mat. Keeping your palms planted, your elbows hugging in, relaxing your forehead down. Lifting through the lower body, take another inhale here. And exhale to release, relax. Take a breath in and breath out. Now this time as you inhale, lift your head, your chest, your legs, your feet, everything coming away from the floor. Keeping this length through your body as you lift, so triumphant, taking an inhale here. As you exhale, gently release, lower to the mat. Come to rest on one cheek and perhaps wiggle the hips side to side if that feels like a nice release for the low back. Now from here, we're going to do a really sophisticated yoga move. We're going to roll onto our backs. So wherever you are, roll yourself onto your back. Recenter yourself on your mat. And when you feel ready, one leg at a time, draw your knees towards your chest and wrap yourself up in a nice big hug here. Probably feels nice after that back bend we just did. So give yourself a moment to really relish in this. Maybe rock side to side a little if that feels nice. Maybe even roll out the ankles. Awesome. And let's place that left foot back onto the floor. That right ankle is going to find its way to the top of the left thigh. And then open the right knee away from you, creating this number 4 shape through the legs. Starting to feel a bit of a stretch for the outer right hip. Now you might stay right here for today, that left foot planted down. If you're looking for a bit more sensation in this stretch, you have the option to lift your left foot off the floor, reach for the back of that left thigh, and gently draw the legs towards you. Wherever you choose to be, keeping your body as relaxed as you can. So soft grip on the leg, shoulders heavy into the mat. And really sending your breath to that right hip to feel that sweet release there. At this point in your practice now, letting things slow down a bit, slowing down the pace of your movement, the pace of your breath. And we'll be here in this stretch for about 3 more rounds of breath. Let's take one more inhale here. Exhale to gently release, bringing that left foot down if you had it lifted. We're going to keep our legs in this figure 4 shape, so ankle on the thigh, and slowly start to drop both legs over towards the left side of your mat, so that your outer thigh and the sole of your foot are coming down towards the floor. Now immediately you're going to feel if your knee or your hip protests against this. If that's the case, then please stack right leg on top of left. Both beautiful options, it's really up to you. Now if you do keep that figure 4 shape, resist the urge to let that right knee drop and instead keep lengthening the knee away from you. Final step here, arms can come out to a T or a cactus shape just to help you open the heart. Releasing into this twist where we'll stay for the next 3 rounds of breath. All together, we have another inhale here. And exhale completely. As you inhale, slowly rolling back onto your back, coming through center. As you exhale, unwinding your legs completely, bringing the soles of both feet back down to the mat. Now you may pause here for as long as you'd like, but when you're ready to come to the other side, please draw your left knee towards your chest. Left ankle, it's going to make its way to the top of your right thigh as you open that left hip, sending the left knee away from you. Now check in with this left side. If this feels good, stay right here. If you need a little bit more sensation, a little more stretch for the hip, then you can lift your right foot, reach for the back of your thigh, and gently draw your legs a little bit closer. Inviting yourself to bring in a bit more softness to the shape. So maybe that means relaxing the toes, relaxing the muscles of your face, maybe softening around the belly, the hips, the low back. Just seeing where you might be able to bring a little bit more of that gentleness to the pose. We have 3 more rounds of breath on this side. Let's take another inhale here. As you exhale, gently release that right foot if you had it lifted, keeping that figure 4 shape. And then as one unit, dropping your legs to the right side of your mat, starting to find your twist here. So again, if your hip or your knee starts talking to you, you can stack that left leg on top of the right. Or if that just feels better, you might want to take this option for today. If you like having the figure 4 with that left foot planted, the knee lengthening away from your chest, this is an option for you as well. Final piece of the puzzle, stretching the arms out, finding that beautiful twist for the spine. And maybe even closing your eyes as we settle in for the next 3 rounds of breath. Enjoying one more inhale here. And exhaling completely. With your inhale, slowly rolling back onto your back, unwinding your legs, planting the soles of your feet on the mat. And when you feel like it's time, begin to stretch your legs out long. Release your arms by your sides and move into your final resting pose for today. As you settle into your Shavasana, finding that place where your body feels supported and comfortable, where you can also stay aware and alert. So really giving yourself this meditative moment at the end of your practice to integrate everything that you just did on your mat. No need to analyze or overthink. This is the time to be, to feel, to let it all soak in. And I invite you to stay for as long as you're able to today. This is where I'll leave you for now to enjoy your rest. I thank you so much for meeting me on the mat. Namaste.